Fumble them. Una good evening. Some of una gonna say we been there live before. We try for continue the show several times, but then waiting happen is that technology kept fighting back. Fought really hard. I also fought back really hard, but guess waiting. At the end of the day, I think technology won. Technology has won over me on one device. I hope say on this other device, I will have one over technology. That way they we go square, we go equal. But as usual, I hope so now they do well. I hope say Mr. Osa on a friend on a step na the wall. I hope say his grace, the grace, his grace is sufficient for us. Um we sit down at the show today. I'm not going to belabor the point. I want to go straight inside. I can hear myself. But guess what? At the end of the day, I think technology won. Technology has won over me on one. Okay, give me a second. I just need to speak to my phone so I can hear myself. Thank you very much. Okay, so sorry, I'm hearing myself so loud that I couldn't focus anymore. Anyways, I hope say as we go on, things then will stabilize, things will become better, and that you know the show will go on as normal. Obviously, we are over an hour late. I sincerely apologize for that. Sincerely, on self been there, on been they see me struggles them just now. But nevertheless, it is what it is, right? Again, don't forget, come along with me with your H2O. It's very important. Keep hydrating. So from that 1 hour now, this much now don't drink. By the time the show they done, obviously I go done this glass and maybe even more, right? But H2O is very important. Let's take care of the planet. Um, I will get for change a little bit for the one that we've been there earlier on. And go say, oh Matilda, why make you not start with the way we've been start the other show? It doesn't matter. The flow is what's important, yeah. So now that make I go ask una please una subscribe to the show, una follow the show, una like, una press the star nine they make Facebook pay the show. Obviously, when Facebook pay the show, from whatever we get, it's not about paying off that. Please let me make this clear. Facebook cannot pay me enough, or YouTube or whatever comes in cannot pay for my time. Then let's not even have a debate about it. But however, what it can help now for help make we buy good device system, better device system, up and current device system, and be at par with technology, right? That I think is something that you can do to help the show. Now just normal you click that star. Now the Facebook, now YouTube, I don't know what you get for do for click and like and subscribe. Facebook, I know you have to give the star. The star nine they make them give money to the show, right? So I urge you now all for do that for can sit down here every evening 2 hours, not every evening but every Friday 2 hours on a row, sometimes a little more than that. Not because I'm not getting for do. I'm a very young woman, married, which means that I can be doing other things. But for the love of country, we make the sacrifice. For the love of country, we make the time. As we descend into very important times, I want make una keep the number there on a hand. I want make una keep the number there so very close to una. I want make una know the number here so by heart if possible. And I always say this again, and I will repeat this. In every institution, there are rogue people. In every institution, rotten ignorantly. But the thing wey you go want make the rotten egg dem no pass the good egg dem. Stand for hope and pray and believe say the good egg dem go overpower the rotten egg dem. Dat way dey everybody go smell good. One person no go dey wey go dey smell bad by im company dem. So in that vein, I go say the police is still the primary institution that is there to safeguard lives and property. That is not to say a rotten one dem no dey inside there, but good one dem dey inside there. Dem number ya so we go post dem na with different platform dem. But for now, I want make una know say for reach Red Cross inside Salone, una dey dial hashtag 300. For reach the Office of National Security, una dey dial hashtag 119. For reach the Ebola crisis unit, I know say some people dem go say, "Hey, but Matilda, Ebola don done wetin you dey talk." But listen, when it comes to viral disease, when it comes to dem kind disease there, man can't tell. Na Eniola, anything can happen. Yeah. So na for know the number ya hashtag 117. And then when it comes to EDSA, that them people dey own can dey buy electricity top up to, where as you say just here, the electricity kin don have for it done. NSSF get number they will na for reach them through, and that number they na 672. And then we get the different police emergency contacts them back. The different police emergency contacts them back where unu for contact. Well, unu go bear with me small today until I tell unu say I been get for change the device. So basically, Dande means say Dande just means say and they just simply mean say wetin I dey read from right now na something wey small. So I tell God thank him, my eyes still good. Wey mean say I dey able see small, even if the thing small. So we get one for Central Police Division, we get for Congo Cross, we get one for Aberdeen, one for Lumley, one for Mountain Court, one for Godrich, one Eastern Police Division, one for Harbour, one for Kisii Police Division, and another one for Salone Police Division. So like I say, the number dem dey by God in power, we go in power we go switch, and then we go make sure say the number dem dey becomes available for because we are descending into very important times. Yeah, we are descending into very important times, and as we descend into very important times, it is also highly important that we no get the number dem dey now no, and we also hope say number dem not just dey normal for we hope say the number dem not just dey normal for day sake. We hope say na number dem wey dey work. We hope say na number dem wey dey work. Okay, we hope say na number dem wey dey work. So people, as I continue to talk about the climate change, there is something important I want for bring to una attention. For unu wey dey Salone, so say unu go don wire so already. And if this wire so no make unu vex, if this wire so no make unu call into question and say climate change, the weather, the atmosphere condition, they change this, that, this, that. We own country, we sabi falamakata, bad. But sometimes some falamakata den kin dey, it is unnecessary. Some falamakata den dey, na im kin make, then they told you bell. Then you sit on a junction, they ask, "Bo, na who that die?" When are you young bell, then they told. This thing one can talk about true. If we not take 10, that thing wey happen at Laka, that thing wey happen at YMCA, the old YMCA building in Laka village. The last in Freetown actually, part of it was gone. The canteen, the barre, when I did the YMCA students them been they enjoy bladida Now somebody go and ask me, say, Matilda, I think you are very young to know about the existence of YMCA and what was done in YMCA. But guess actually my godfather was the director of YMCA at the time. So yes, if una want for no small. So I knew YMCA village very, very well. And my mama self wey born me, the one when I in Bele Akomo, in self work there at some point. So I'm very, very conversant with that water area there, that peninsula area there. Even though I was a little girl, me na somebody where I got very, very good. So yeah, so half of that thing there, water na don now not so. Water na don cover and the water just keeps coming because water go make road for himself. Mortal man no go stop water for passing pass. E go make road for himself. And when mortal man smart, if you want if you know for say the water dey come, e go able with technology try for bring way dem wey go make say for make the water himself get in road for pass while the mortal man get at dem own side who side dem dey live. But wetin me dey see dey happen so na around the peninsula, Longley, Aberdeen, dem place dem dey. E no good for see at all. E dey make me heart dey bleed. And if we have a minister of environment, if we have the city council, yes, I'm calling the city council here. I'm asking the mayor, this is your town. This I don't know the demarcation of the jurisdiction. Don't get me wrong, but you are the mayor of Freetown, and because you are the mayor of Freetown, it also means say their side and they, I will assume that they are also under your jurisdiction. The minister of the environment, the minister of urban social planning, this that. Who side and sit down? Who side and sit down? Take people them. Because this is greed. This is not even about money. This is not about affordability. It's just pure greed. And you know what? Be tied the person where they can't sit down. I also for tell me say, oh Matilda, you don't know for say one old Dubai on top sand them. Do you know the technology with which? Do you know the kind technology them? Whether Arab man them they use for able put cement top sand? You know? Now then same technology then they nine uno they use for put their how they call and then block they then cement then they inside we beach them. Who gave these people permission first of all? Now no Ministry of Lands. I don't forget who that give them people also permission. Like I can't see that they say the president can they go work on a beach weekend. First lady Kiwaka, but again, when the person is outside of the country more than they're inside of the country, sometimes you don't know which way is up. But who gave these people permission? Under whose authority? Under Uda authority. I know say I write me na me timeline. Then somebody say Matilda, you go far or you go till you go Emirates. Why you no go Senegal na ya or Ghana na ya? I'm like, no, our people understand the usage of localism. If I use Senegal as an example, if I use Nyamasokro in Abidjan as an example, if I use Kumasi in Ghana as an example, if I use Casablanca, in Togo example, they will not associate with these things because this is how our people think. That's how people in they think. Now, if I come outside the environment, I go begin they go use Trinidad and Tobago. I go begin they go use United Arab Emirates. I go begin they go use Yemen. I go begin they go use Argentina. I go begin they go use Netherlands. That is when they understand. So this is what I mean by with our people, you do not localize context. You have to internationalize context. And when I say internationalize context, you have to go outside of the hemisphere. You get for comot the continent completely. When you come out na the continent completely, then you bring and can to them. That is when they can start rationalize that talking with you. Who sanctioned this? So my question here tonight is, who is responsible? Who is accountable? They build on top the sansan. Can you see the distance? This is not just picture. Can you see the distance between the shores, the waterbed, and this cement block thing then we line so? You see the distance. You feel to say if you put concrete inside sansan and the water no go carry wasan go. Like, let me producer make it show different angles then. Have you seen the distance between the bed shore, the water lining, where the wave they can, the water can go shh, then the nine at the bed shore. Now remember that during the day, the tide is very less. At night and early in the morning, the tides are very strong. So when me for say the tide where they can during Santa, where they take this picture, yeah, so let us double, triple, quadruple that in 3 folds at night and bring it down in 2 folds in the morning. How greedy can we be? How can you claim to love your country and do such things? How can you be in authority? Because this wire are not a pull command. Every single minister, every single department, agency na Freetown, na Lombly, Aberdeen, them place and then una hang out. Every weekend na una best place. Recently, somebody told me, say, Matilda, carry me picking and going. He say, after I don't care, then go beach 2-3 days, 2-3 days. He say, making 4 days, 9 and say, Mama, nothing know they again for seeing a Salone past beach. And say, Mama, nothing know they again for seeing a Salone. Is there somewhere you can take us? Is there anything you can show us? He said, we have visited the Gambia. When we were in the Gambia, you took us to this, you took us to this museum, you took us to this monument, you took us to this. When you took us to Ghana, you took this, you took us to that, you took us to that, and the other, and the other, and the other. When you took us to Senegal, you took us to this, that, and the other. Now you've taken us to that country. We were looking forward to see where our mother comes from. But since we've been here, the places you've taken us is beach here, beach here, beach here. And say, Mommy, isn't there another place to take us other than the beach? So you see, are we going to change the narrative? We feel to say when we come on a beach, that is it. Me, one like me so. Hardly for make you see me in a beach. Because I have other interests. I have other things where I need for, call me mind and me curiosity and whatever. Beach is not it. And now, the very beach who can take people and I see them kind of lump they all. We're gonna beach. Beach. The very beach una they spoil them. The beach una don't invade the beach. As a matter of fact, now it is a fight between you and the sea. But in this fight, let me clearly let first to declare that in this fight you have lost. This fight between you and the sea shore and building into the sea, invading the privacy. This is not called invading the privacy of the sea, disturb piece of the sea. In this fight, you are going to lose woefully. You investment, you money, una get for the cry, blood get for the common and hide them. And then you will come sit here and be like, oh, me investment, me blah, 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 blah. No. Did you think wisely before you invested? Did you think this is the sort of investment that will yield dividends in the long run, that will stand the test of time? Do you really think so? Do you really think so? We will not get shame. Not get shame at let me, in fact, let me use this as a warning. If anybody come to me, say, Matilda, I want make you talk to me establishment na salon. If you na one pandem people then, we don't go mistake bill na the C line, na the C. Please do yourself a favor and do not reach out to me. Because if you do, you will understand why Libra is a Libra. Na talk, you will understand why Libra is a Libra for a reason. So do ya at the beg you, do yourself a favor right now. If you are somebody who has quote unquote invested and your investment na the seashore a day, I beg, take you bundle, carry and go other side. No contact Matilda. We should learn to preserve. We should learn to protect. Wetin we want left for we pikin them. We people they left for we. Wetin we intend for left beyond them. And wetin we feel say them for left for beyond them. You know this thing called life, it's a circle. It is not forever. One day the curtain will be closed. Our curtain will close. Their curtain will be open. And at some their curtain will close too. That is how it is. It's an open and closed curtain. So you decide if you want to be greedy, decide if you want to be selfish, or if you want to be a true patriot. Then people then want that one way sanction way take blue envy, only one the way they turn the eye, but they call themselves people in authority. To this, may God pay una. And when I say may God pay una, may God give what you deserve. Not a curse, so I'm not swearing, neither am I levying a curse upon you. I'm just saying, may it unto you as you so desire by his grace. That's all I have to say. No, make we move on. Another thing where I want bring to attention na this no for say I can try for do update small. Yeri wetin the comot na the bank yeri wetin comot na the bank. Now there is a limit for your withdrawal in the Republic, yeah. There is a limit for your withdrawal in the Republic. So the 1st of August, something common ado. The 1st of August, na Ecobank, something common ado the 1st of August na Ecobank. I want read on for no make unu hear. Because we get for because some news can common ado wey some man not dey hear. So it is very important make we dey help we safe. As common ado we help we safe small, yeah. So make I read this one here so for no. No, give me 1 second back. Make I read this one so for no. The news say this one come on Ecobank. So if you dey bank with Ecobank, now this Ecobank get for tell you. It say revised policy on over-the-counter cash withdrawal. This was on August 4th. They say the above subject matter if I say for the purpose of cash withdrawals, over-the-counter limits per weekly transaction with immediate effect shall be as follows: 50,000 for individuals and 100,000 for corporate entities. Please disseminate these important messages to all your customers and clients. Yours faithfully. So wetin dem ask we for do, now they do so. Dem say make we disseminate, make we tell all man, make we talk to all man, make all man know for say right now, if you na deposit your money inside the bank, e say for the week na you allow for withdraw up to 50,000 Leone. E say for the for that one that we get business, say unuyon then double and 100,000 leons. I don't know how it is feasible for make unu feel say 500 no 50,000, yeah, 50,000 yon inside a week is suffice for make somebody live inside a country there and do all in pepe and a business at that, a business for survive with petty cash or cash or whatever of 100,000 leons. I don't know how you came up with that arithmetic, but good luck with that. Very soon, we go see a high turnover of clients and customer because then go they look usai better day, usai their money is being managed properly, and usai when they need they can have unfettered access to the money. We not say limit not do even na ya so safe limit there as to almost you dey able use na your card per day, almost you dey able withdraw per day, but it is within reason. Within reason. Yeah. Yeah, so my producer just they tell me say the new leons na 50,000 leons, the old leons na 50 million leons. And you know me with salon money now. So we mean for say I guess with old money na 50 million leons per individual. For the new money na 100 million leons per businesses. Okay, well, so 100 million, right? 100 million for the old money and 100,000 new leons. Una go dey gbadi and dey. Yeah. Listen, I still don't have a grip of this leons business, these new leons and old leons and fresh leons and refurbished leons. I remember this week I had to send help for some people in Sierra Leone. And then they call, they ask me, Matilda, na almost, oh, na almost you send, hey, may God bless you, but now almost you send. And I say, Papa, Mama, sister, brother. I mean, I'm just saying it, but they are not my sister, brothers, or whatever. I say, where you each day? Almost thank you, Naim. If you're not sure, call me. Call the money and they tell you. Anyways, I just find that funny. But let's move on to some more serious things, yeah? Make we move on to some more serious things. I want to go into, I want to play a video. And this video, now the African Express, churn about the African Express, basically intimating the general public about the withdrawal of £95,000 sent to the High Commission of Sierra Leone in London for the purposes of the visit of the president. £95,000. I can round that up to about £100,000. Yeah. Make we listen within Prince Koma of the Now and Then show interviewed him. Make we listen to it in Cherno say. And let me give a little bit of a thinking thought, a thinking cap. Remember, sometimes I do not delve into things, but I'll ask questions. And then I leave you all to think about it. That's what I'm about to do with this one. Make we listen.
Of course, we want all clarity today, so people know that you even in possession of the letter. Please go ahead.
So make a reader. This was from the Accountant General's Department, written on the 27th of July, 2022. You understand. The reference of the letter is AGDYBBOSL, which is Bank of Sierra Leone 27607. Dear sir, payment in respect of the presidential working visit to London, United Kingdom from the 28th July to the 15th of August 2022. We write on the instruction of the Financial Secretary to authorize the Bank of Sierra Leone to transfer the sum of £94,050 from the other charges account number 011 001279 to the undermentioned account stated below. Then you get it, say the Sierra Leone High Commission is the payee. Payment, the details, payment for the presidential visit to London, United Kingdom from the 28th July to 15th of August, 94,050 pounds sterling. And this was paid to the Salone High Commission, London Bank, Barclays Bank account number 733-28147. And the sort code is 201688. You get the SWIFT transfer details here. This payment is in respect of the presidential visit of His Excellency, the President and entourage to London, United Kingdom from the 28th July to 15th August 2022. We are constrained, imagine, we are constrained to use this method of payment only because of the extreme urgency of the transaction. Please send us your advice confirming that these payments have been effected. And this is signed by the Accountant General, Richard S. Williams, and countersigned by his Deputy Accountant General, Lawrence S. Cooker. Why I read this letter, and I will tell you, say, now they are not, because of the exposure they exposed them, they are not even using the traditional form of bank. They don't develop a clandestine method. And this money that I just read about, the money wired to the High Commission in London for making them take care of the president with the card, this not include what the president and his wife has taken out of the local and overseas travel account.
Goodness.
And this is just on the 28th of July. And remember, saying at that 28th, the president left in England, and right now on vacation. You know, say every July, August,
yes,
they go vacation every year. So,
yes,
and this is also not in addition to in June, while they get that drama, police drama, that one they say they don't arrest anyone.
Distraction.
Let me read another letter again.
Please
but
do.
Anyway, why I do this, that for make people that know, say it's not a question of lack of information.
The point is, Chair, you could have published these letters which for the amounts to the same thing. Like
but there are more important things what I want to focus on now. Which
I can see the fact that
the marriage between the parliament, the parliamentarians who you think are opposition, who have now willingly are collaborating with the state for rescue Mada Bio from being defeated because he needs to remain in office to be able to protect himself from being held accountable for the ongoing loot of the public treasury, which the parliament should have ordered an investigation, and they've refused to do that. It's a collaboration.
So let me talk about this parliament, or you want to read that letter there first? Because I
can go to that again. Hold on.
Go to I want everybody when they listen today or wait for listening subsequently. And
the point is, we are not here to prove to people that we have evidence or not. And the politicians, they've been wishing for that. They've been wishing for a long time now.
Me appreciate you they pull all of these things them now. I appreciate that because this is what we've come to used to. And I'm a huge fan of yours. I don't hide it. And I get a conversation here. I get a conversation there with people. We argue a lot and what have you. I see exactly where you are going. But then there's this counter argument about, no, the source don't dry up. But here you are revealing.
They don't accuse Lara Tilopia, say, Nana with source. So then,
yes, all kinds.
Here is what I'm reading again.
1 year ago, Lara don't go, but here you are still
from the same Accountant General's department. This letter is written on the 15th of June, 2022. And I will read the reference number for this one. Is AGD RSW Bank of Sierra Leone BOSL 22599, written to the governor, and it says there's a payment to replenish the floating allocation for local and overseas travel account for His Excellency the President. We write on the instruction of the Financial Secretary to authorize the Bank of Sierra Leone to transfer the sum of 10 billion leones from the other charges account number 01001279 to the undermentioned account as stated below. So basically, these were paid in 4 different, ordered by the Secretary to the President, paid in 4 different forms of payment, 2.5 billion, in total 10 billion, and paid to the overseas bank account, which is bank account number 01120073002. Then still, this payment is in respect of the replenishment of the floating allocation for local and overseas travel for His Excellency the President. We are constrained to use this method of payment only because of the extreme urgency of the transaction. Please send us your advice. So you see that the same thing. So now And this one is written by the same Accountant General, Richard S. Williams, countersigned by his deputy, Lawrence S. Coker, and copied to the Minister of Finance, copied to the two deputy ministers of Finance, 1 and 2, the Financial Secretary, the Secretary to the President, Office of the President, and the Director of Budget. And this, like I said, is 15 June. And remember, 15 June, at the time when they talk about that police to say police, while they get the people that talk about police, police don't arrest
LEJ and this and that, but distract the masses from the real thing where they happen.
They even go the AU summit, the Waka, they go Geneva, and 5 days after this, we don't take this money, Nine can go the bill in the Parliament on the 20th of June. That was when the public elections bill was started in Parliament. But let me read another one again.
Please do. We get all the time for this today. Trust me.
No, it calls for patience. The line of work that we do, it requires patience. Then call it patience. Patience is a virtue. That's the thing.
It's a good virtue.
Yeah, it's a good virtue. Okay, this one is very interesting. This one is on the 20th of June, and from the same Accountant General's Office with reference number AGDRSWBOSL, which is the Bank of Sierra Leone 22515. Why are they read them? Because they know say yes. Those who are writing these letters know exactly. So, and this is also written for the attention of the Director of Banking, and it says, "Dear Governor, payment to the National Electoral Commission for Q2 2022. We write on the approval of the Honorable Minister of Finance and hereby authorize the Bank of Sierra Leone to pay the sum of 2.8 billion from the election basket account number 0112009564 held at the Bank of Sierra Leone to meet payment as stated below. 1. The National Electoral Commission. Details of the payment is payment to the National Electoral Commission in respect of administrative, recurrent, and program cost allocation for Q2 2022, 2.8 billion. And the account number is here also paid. They get the transfer code. But basically, this payment is in respect of administrative, recurrent, and program cost allowance to the electoral. We are constrained to use this method of payment because of the urgency of the transaction. And this is now the 20th of June. Now they say they don't pay to electoral commission the second payment, but this is basically this money was given from the Bank of Sierra Leone the very day where the electoral commission can go the bill in the Parliament, pre-legislative thing. And you have to look at the bank statement of the electoral commission. You see, all this money don't come up.
Okay, so very interesting. And also for some people, then when you listen to Cherno, when you listen to Cherno back, if you're not a sex sapien like myself, now go check out it in the meaning of the word. Not all time for tell I don't tell you for say this year 2022. We all need for the take small encyclopedia, small dictionary. We all need for the Google or find out what things they mean. So therefore, if you're not a sex sapien like myself, anything and day can be a bit boring, you go lossianda, the falla, it go be difficult for. Basically, what the channel they say is that there is alagbakata and there is aragbakata. When alagbakata means aragbakata, there is sure to be a very big grumpig. So basically, what China is basically saying is that, the Arata they don't turn to grumpig. That's basically what he's saying. That in a Sierra Leone, inside Salone, there are no more Aratas. What we have are grumpigs all over the place. And yes, obviously, the Parliament will not pay attention to these things because just remember that on June 6th, before the Parliament bring the welfare bill come with a, remember that welfare bill I talk about where they say they want this, they want a 3-month sick pay, they want this for the welfare, they want this for them picking them, they want that for themselves, they want $25,000 here, $10,000 here, this $1,000 there. Remember say, On the 14th of June, we remember say even the parliamentarian themselves, and we don't soak their hands small with $15,000. Remember, I tell you for say this not common at all, but each parliamentarian received $15,000 in the name of for the motorcar them new cars. You know almost new car cost. I mean, the kind motorcar dem wey dem dey drive na Salone right now, not the kind motorcar dem wey cost $15,000. What these people are driving in Sierra Leone, we are looking up close $60,000 to $80,000, sometimes $90,000. Yeah. So now let's just say that here is a country who say constantly they say money no dey, money no dey, money no dey, money no dey. We'll meet the coffers dry, we meet the coffers dry, we meet the coffers dry. But here is a president wey constantly dey talk say I go fly, I dey fly, and I go continue to fly. Now wetin all this fly, what are the dividends? Wetin are the dividends? Wetin all this flyers so don bring come for the people in Salone? How e don trickle down to Mami Sampa, Mami Yeno, Pa Ali, and cousin Modu? I don't know how it don't trickle down to them. The other thing that we should ask, in this present day and age, Sierra Leone, Omar Fofana just said something, and I will continue my thoughts. By the way, the phone lines are open, the phone lines are open, the phone lines are open. Omar Fofana said something few days ago. While all of this was happening, Omar Fofana said, he said, he writes, in frustration, he wrote something. And waiting he read, I read them. And in writing goes as follows. I wonder what it is statistics Sierra Leone that they have failed to pay the thousands of people who served as enumerators for last year's midterm census. I have received tons of calls several weeks from otherwise unemployed young people who've been waiting for their pay for several months since that short-term contract. I have called Stats Sierra Leone innumerable times. When me say don't call them, tell yourself in phone, in finger don't tire for dial. Innumerable times, and they can't seem to give me any answers for the parent breach of contract. Can someone pay these people, please? This is both a crime and a sin. Umaru Fofana, let me tell you something. Many a times, sometimes I disagree with you, but for here, for the now, you know that last part where you say, this is an apparent breach of contract. No, sir, this is not an apparent breach of contract. This is a breach of contract. So now there we all two disagree small. Also, you go on and can someone pay these people, please? This is both a crime and a sin. That last part there, the latter, this is both a crime and a sin. I couldn't agree more. It is both a crime and a sin for certain people for going to the UK and in the name of party politics, and then 95,000 plus change UK pounds is being expensed at their will and caprices. It is a shame, it is a crime and a shame for make people them, young people them, 70% plus of which graduate university without any job, languishing for years, depending on parents and acquaintances for small and survive. It is a crime and a shame that we are constantly losing our youngs. It is a crime and a shame the national hospitals are in such destitute. It is a crime and a shame that a lot of people for the past few months in Sierra Leone have been given contaminated blood during blood transfusion, and so therefore end up losing their lives. It is a crime and a shame that within the hospitals of Sierra Leone, doctors are being paid anywhere from $400 to $1,500. Sometimes I remember people said, Matilda, what you make 1 second, it means I need for drink water. People said, Matilda, wetin make you dey advocate for them doctor ya? Na then they kill with people there. Na then they this, na then they that. But unoweto, if people do not have the equipment, if people do not have the tools, if people do not have the facility, uno fail to say them people they are so. When they done university, then go write the MCAT. The MCAT, then they na the exam first where they take them go medical school. When they don't pass that MCAT day, then don't go do 4 years of medical school. When they don't do that 4 year day of medical, then get for go compete for do the residency. Depending on the specialty, you end up doing 4 to 5 years, sometimes 6 years of residency. When you don't done that day, you get for go pass the board exam for inside your specialty. Or if you're not a general GP, you need to go pass the general medical board exam for make you become a doctor. Do you think they went through all of these studies, make you pay them $400, anywhere between $400 to $1,500? Sierra Leone doctors are the paid in the continent, in the region. If you know more than they make you know than they today. Do you blame them that stale blood is being infused where the generator they know they work, the cooling station they know they work, then this they know they work? So for the past few months, everything was coming from Sierra Leone. The youngs are dying. Then they go for operation. Then they dip our operation. They need blood transfusion. The blood that's been given to them are connected, stale blood. They end up for put them blood in their body. The blood become corrosive in the system. It become poison in the system. Then somebody get for end up for wear black, for crying for in Pekin, or for cry bearing for in wife, or for cry bearing for a man, cry bearing for in sister, in brother, in auntie, in uncle. And you are sitting here and you think that I should applaud the president and say, oh, you know what? Things are hard. But the president must travel. His family must be on vacation. As far as I am concerned, who sit down? When me prime minister, where they go on family vacation? Nobody no say me no go family vacation. No. If we for go family vacation, but where they go family vacation? Guess waiting. Now inside important they come on. Not only taxpayer, not only they pay for a vacation. The only thing that the Canadians are responsible for is for security. Therefore, I do not see how it is different for any other country. Most countries that when we don't watch, when them presidents then they go on vacation, it is an adventure. It has nothing to do with your state function. The only thing the state is responsible for is for your security. So now one tell me for say for security inside London, inside England, where Sierra Leone is part of the Commonwealth, where Sierra Leone gets so many treaties and conventions then with England, where Sierra Leone are a former colony of England. One tell me for say, inside this dry term, inside this dry season term, the president need 94,000 plus pounds. I know they talk about that 15,000 pounds will be non-clear before last month. Meanwhile, we have doctors who are not paid. We get people them where work. Where do the country not country? And again, I still say I know in areas where one enumerator they not go there, where nobody not gets counted. In Freetown, I can call areas. Nobody nobody they not see. They sit down and host they wait for make them consider. Nobody no mass. But at the end of the day, a contract is a contract. A deal is a deal. How can we justify this? Yet there are people sitting have worked without pay. How is this justifiable? Unu tell me how unu ki able, how unu conscience, how unu the able sleep na net, unu ye eating them like this. How can you bring this to party politics? How can you bring this down to saying that Matilda na si pikin? Because I know una quick for tag, una quick for label. Me people they not born meet APC, they not born meet SLPP, they not born meet nothing. Waiting them born meet na Salone. Waiting them born meet na Salone. The president and his father has taken on this business of going on vacation between June, July, and August every year. The last time it was $1 million. $1 million, and I don't forget $1 million in Lebanon. $1 million in Lebanon, and they are approved to the effect. This week, tongues were wagging. This week, there was a lot of boss bass. There was a lot of boss bass in the Ministry of Finance. They are still wondering, how does the Africanist press, how do they lay hands on the things they happen to lay hands on, when some of these things are supposed to be top secret? Where the public don't rage, they don't rage, they don't rage. Here is a finance, whatever person, where they can justify an illegal mechanism. Uno not is sorry for we though. Uno not is sorry for that country. Like, what water do you people drink that blinds you to the extent that you have no conscience, you have no heart? What water do you end up drinking? What sacrifices? Who are you praying to? Who have you made sacrifices? Who have you made vows to? Who have you made vows to? Who have taken your hearts? Who have taken your conscience? Who that don't take unu hearts them? Who that don't take unu conscience them? Because somebody have taken your hearts. Somebody must have taken your conscience. There's no way that you still have a heart somewhere in there, that you still have a conscience somewhere in there, and you can turn a blind eye to some of things. No way. No way. So why some will come and say, oh, well, the impasse with the doctors, them now, the junior doctors have been solved, they are doing work effectively. Do you know how much lives have been lost because they say a bal affair, they put down theirs? Do you know how many lives have been lost because of that? Do you know that maybe ex-juniors of the world could have been amongst those lives lost? Every day is an opportunity to celebrate. Every day is an opportunity to live. Every day is a chance for us to develop. Every day is a time for us to get it right. Everybody is trying to get it right. Why can't we, Sierra Leoneans, why can't we as a people, why can't we as a nation strive to get it right? Why? Who that they bill us and Sunday bill nobody know they ask question? Who that they money in a bank, then they tell the people and say money no they nobody know they ask question? Who that sit down on top people and pay when they don't labor sweating at that hot sun? People and they ask for their money, nobody know they ask question. Who that they give people and poison blood, nobody know they ask question. Of health. Sir, what are you doing about this situation? Who is accountable in that country? Who answers to who? What standards do we operate by? Do we, again, I'll ask in this question, do we have ethical codes? Who regulates? Who does the checks and balances? Who? And then question there will continue for us. Who? Meanwhile, in the Republic, the Electoral Commission embark on demarcation. And say they want to do demarcation. When you do not have your numbers right, what are you demarcating? It is obviously clear that you do not have your numbers right. So what exactly are you demarcating? That is the biggest question we should ask. How are you doing waiting the Electoral Commission full nado? Make we waiting the Electoral Commission for again. The phone lines are open. I know sometimes you like to hear me talk so much, but when I'm wondering, it can act Sunday. I know I love to talk and I'm passionate about these subject matters, but sometimes it's the call me a break to, you know, to take it down a notch, take some water, yeah, and listen to what you get for say. Because I know you all have something to say. In as much as you may tend to agree with me or disagree with me, I still would like to hear what you have to say. So the phone lines are open, and I would love to hear from you. But even as the phone lines are open, I go want for make we listen to waiting Electoral Commission for Salone Putnado, and then we go see a statistical graph where I go make somebody way better in numbers pass me go can explain Antona briefly after this. But I want statistics Salone say. This 9 common ado from statistics Salone. It reads Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone press statement for immediate release. Demarcation for constituencies and ward boundary in Sierra Leone. Freetown, Sierra Leone, 2nd August 2022. The Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone is on boundary delimitation exercises for the demarcation of constituencies and ward boundaries in Sierra Leone, pursuant to Section 38 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Act Number 6 of 1990, and other provisions such as the Constitutional Instrument Amendment Number 2 of 2008, the Ward Boundary Delimitation Regulation 2008, the Public Election Act 2012, and the Local Government Act 2004, the Provinces Amendment Act of 2017, and the 8th Establishment Order 2017. In this context, the Commission has set up a boundary delimitation technical committee with a clearly defined terms of reference. The Electoral Commission Sierra Leone will elaborate on the statistics, will collaborate with Statistics Sierra Leone for technical and operational assistance in providing population statistics and expertise to draw electoral constituencies and ward boundary geographic information systems technology. The Commission will conduct series of nationwide public consultation engagements during the constituency and ward boundary delimitation activities, and thereafter submit the constituencies and ward boundary delimitation report to Parliament for approval as enshrined in the Constitution of Sierra Leone 91, Act Number 6 of 1991. After parliamentary approval, the Electoral Commission will conduct a nationwide awareness raising campaign on the allocation of seats and the metes and bounds descriptions of the constituencies of wards in The 16th electoral district. Timeline on the boundary delimitation activity will be communicated to stakeholders in course. Signed 2nd August. How do you delimit? How? Okay, we have a caller. Let me take the call. I like to hear from the callers. Caller, what's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Alamin.
Yes,
call
Lamin.
from
Yes,
yes.
Lamin. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please. Don't your
Yeah,
device
I
listen
just
to
want to
me.
take this
If not, you'll be
opportunity
confused.
for tell the presenter thank you, at least for bringing up some kind very salient issues them about we country we also love when I Sierra Leone. Yeah, I don't they listen from where you start up to this point where you begin call for make we say give your own contributions. I believe see always you don't talk as far as the program is concerned, all day in place. Always me they see, I think this with politicians, especially with the mandate, we don't fail that country. They woefully. You see, I think see this are the time actually for with mommy there, with sisters there, with wives there for let them self stand up. At least for redeem that country there. It's quite really sad. Can you imagine? For me somebody go build around a beach area. This is really this is unacceptable. Really. It's so sad. You see, then again, I believe say we really need somebody, a leader. These adult people where they come into this politics here, they not they help with country at all. Now that whole country, the whole country stagnates. Because all them guys, most of the way they come, at least now for just now report the country. They don't get any good thing where then they offer for that country, only for their interest. You see, so and then we really get for do, and they will get for the sense of some of them people there where they come into politics. You know, follow they give them positions of trust there. With them for really they work for the people. It's so sad, you know, how you a leader at this particular time where people they cry. Look how the cost of living the country is so high. You know, you get the guts for they do them kind of transactions there, the wire money like it is. Oh my God, you know, this is too much. Really too much. Anyway, I just stop here because let not go out of topic. I thank you, madam.
Thank you very much, caller. So, like I've been they say, how do you begin to do boundary delimitation, boundary demarcation, word demarcation when your census, first of all, is flawed? I think say you really want for know your population size. You want for actually get a realistic figure of your population size before you embark, if ever, on such exercise. Because embarking on such exercise without proper figures to your population, movements and non-movements, I think say again, this na another waste of money, waste of time. And I hope the advisors and the people the way they go consult with, like they normally say we have consulted, I hope the people that shall be consulted or that will be consulted, I hope they are patriotic enough to lay na the table or put am at the table plain say, listen, you know they put OGBN before OG-aid. Na clear talk. I say I hope say dem go be conscientious for say you know they put OGBN before for OG-aid. Because if you put OGBN before the OG-aid, na inside poto you dey end up. Let me say it another way. You know they put hog before cow. Because if you put hog before cow, now inside poto the cow go end up. Yeah? On this note, I want to show a graph. And I'm going to invite somebody that will speak to this graph in a manner that you all will understand. Because if me attempt to speak to this graph, I go speak to them just from me basic statistic understanding. But this person is very thorough in his work. This is what he does. This is his business. He knows numbers. He understands numbers. He understands the implications of numbers. Without wasting much time, I go invite Leone Mr. Kagbo, make it talk to we, but the number they ask.
Thank you very much, Madam Matilda. And Fambul them, I want to say boku boku thank you. Again, first off, I say a union, and anything I say now in the interest of the country as a Sierra Leone person. So specifically, what do you want for that touch on regarding this graph, Sister Matilda? Because Lord make them interactive, please.
Okay, sure. So basically, as the graph they tell we get school population stats, we get census population stats, we get formal settlements the number, we get informal settlement number, we get NAC the your number, but we also get number we come out recently inside the census. We say one number, no all water. So by waiting we they look like right now, I think say we get a deficit on side.
Well, it's very clear say the methods they're all different, and the Statistics Canada give explanation as to why the number we highlighted in white, the 606,701, that number they na the people and where they na Freetown, like the Freetown who are urban. So where you look at the other one, where na the people were between 6 and 18 years old, when are within the school system, they will do a census in 2020. And within the same area where Statistics Sierra Leone take in terms of the midterm census, just the beginning where they between 6 years old and 18 years old, then that total number they now be 413,407. So, but waiting and do now, where una they look at the charts, me fumble them. So then put back say, okay, well, during the election, where people they register. So the people that will be registered for the previous election will now be 2018. The people that will be there above 18 years, because for let you vote, you get for be above 18 or above. So the people that were they 18 and above in 2018, now be 606,939. So waiting and do, even though this method where this person puts the graph a questionable because the period and different. So the census where then do from the school now 2020, and then the election now be 2018. So now two different periods then. But let we say generally Salone population they increase. So we don't get any reason for doubt significant decline in the numbers them where we they see from 2018 to 2020. So let we just take them as is, and let we give the benefit of the doubt for the people that we put this together. But what thing that they try for Senaya is when you look at the picking them between 6 years old and 18 years old, now 413,000 and change. You add that number there to the people where 18 years and above, where now 606,000 and change, the total come to 1,020,346 people them. So meaning that if we put them two numbers then they together, a way more than waiting the midterm census say na in na the number of people them. So now the one discrepancy that, and the second number where then put back together.
Before you go to the second number, Before you go to the second number, make we even forget self then take the Embesa, the school examination, whatever for 2020. Let us look at the most recent one that just came out. The most recent examinations that just came out, I not get them right now, but I've been done show them before. The figures clearly shows that even with the beginning we take the exam, they pass the population where the census say the people that where they not fit on. So side them picking and they come out. And we all know that children do not travel from the provinces to come into the hearts of the city, na Freetown, for can take exam. If at best, then go na the main hubs them, the bigger cities of them, villages them, of the provinces them, for write the exam. So we begin to ask ourselves these questions. If the number of picking them just alone for Freetown, we take the exam, just picking them, we take exam, then Boku pass the so-called population, where you they allot to Freetown, isn't that reason enough to go back and say, maybe, just maybe, we might have made a big mistake here, and there's still time to correct it?
Well, with all fairness, though, Matilda, Statistics Salone, they be actually interview the Agbagba, the boss. So he say again, I guess because he not do anything where we go say interview people them like for know exactly why certain part of the country number go up significantly, whereas Freetown, the center of Freetown, the number go down. But the explanation where he gave, and before this whole saga, people at the APC and NGC, and I don't know if it's C4C, I don't remember if it's C4C we do that, but I asked them people not for participate. So because they ask them people not for participate, so this number is sort of go significantly lower than the previous number because the previous count, yes.
Let me take that argument and let's say that argument is justified. That some political parties them ask them people they not for participate. However, we also know that there is resounding evidence of people them where Sidona us during that period, waiting for these enumerators to come to their homes, but they never showed up. In my own family, there are hundreds of people I know of. Vicky Remo come na public and say the entire census team at Sidona Miosa, they wait for make them come. Until the census done, then push them, they add more dates. I still Sidona Mios, nobody no can Mios. And we've had resounding evidence of that. So could it be that this so-called challenge from the opposition, from some segment of the opposition for say, unu not count with people them, if they can't unu not count them, could this now be used as a trumpet excuse for the actual work not being done? Because trust me, I get family, boku family host them inside Freetown. Before the census, I spoke to them, I'm like, politics will be politics. Despite the fact that things they not look sober, not mean for say not for register. This not the reason why make it is important to be counted. Because of this, that for me it had nothing to do with politics. I was looking at resource management, development, money, grants, and all of those things. When I asked them, so I have family members in the hundreds in different parts of Freetown, where Sidona Os, from Rikits to Ogu, from Alentong to Aberdeen, not one person came to their house.
All right. Well, now you make great point. You point them well taken, and people that will oppose the whole midterm census, they make the same point, and them points then they valid. However, though, it don't be, and Parliament don't accept them. Okay, so it don't be something where the international body go count on their numbers then they, because it don't go through Parliament, and Parliament say, according to them, they don't see any issue with that. So all the excuses the way people give, not all water, according to Parliament. So, but again, the concern where we for blow naya is, what thing go happen during election time, whether they can register people then. If more people then register, we exceed the number of the census, what NEC go do? How NEC go reconcile them two numbers then they? Because that's not the difficult part right now.
I agree with you. That is the most difficult, contentious issue, because they cannot then say at the end of the day, when people they don't go, they don't cast their votes, then go and say, well, this is not the number where the census register, so therefore X number of votes will be nulled and nulled and you know,
and void.
Anyways,
so now the time this when NEC supposed to come out very clearly and say, okay, the turnout be very low with respect to the midterm census, according to even the statistics Salone boss. So as a result of that, the census then go still use them for something else, but they're not for 100% use them for this election. Here's the reason being. As Sierra Leonean, you get right for vote and for let them person them vote for you. So for like Katakata no Canada country, and we already wish that. Let NEC not wait until after the fact and try to resolve the issue. So right now, the tendency there for like more people register for vote than within the midterm census show. So NEC need for come and tell people tell the world, international observers them as well, because UN don't show interest in this legislation and things like that. So they need, before even the election happen, they need for them bring to people the solution, how they go match them two numbers here. Before it even happen, let them not wait till they don't cast the election and then they begin disqualify people and vote. It will cause issues. So they need upfront for say, okay, well, because of the low turnout, and we they anticipate high turnout within for people where they register for vote. So now this way we get for resolve the issue. So that way no party no go accuse them of being biased because the election not happen yet. So they need for them set the platform and give solutions as to how they will resolve this issue. Because clearly now issue, as you rightfully say, and as their number show. So I go tap there and pass them over to you. But my recommendation is for let NEC come up front. Before they even do the election, let them tell people say, okay, well, everybody will register for vote, we're eligible for vote, then we'll allow you for vote, and we go take the voter registration for determine the result. So to me, exactly. If they do them that way, no particular party no go say oh, neck do this, neck do that against we. Let them do them upfront before even the votes then cast.
Exactly. You have to take preemptive measures. You have to, put in place clear policy, clear safeguard that in the event this happen, this is how we are going to go about it. Everybody have to come to the table, agree on the rules before you move. But if you know wait stay, the current process of registering for vote when are from September 3rd to October 4th, 2022. Listen so for register for vote na the upcoming election. See Usaya Demi are not dey register for vote. When vote time come, before dem call and they send me voter card, waiting and call to me, tell me Usa I for go vote na the station where I for go vote. Or if I want do early voting, Usa they go for go vote. Why I go and pull me driver's license or certain they have certain documents where they pull. One or the other. I pull them, I show them, then verify say na me na the person voting booth I go vote. Not complicate, no complication. But na Salone you need for register ahead of time before you vote. So therefore I repeat, uno make sure say starting September 3rd to October 4th, I'm sure this time will be extended because the numbers are going to be huge. The numbers are going to be huge. Then they tell una, plain. Because 2 elephants then get forfeit, or 3 elephants then get forfeit, or 4 elephants then get forfeit. And this time the ground not get for suffer. No, the ground not get for suffer. And the elephants then body then accept that and then go self go say, what's happening? Please make sure if you are intending to cast your vote in 2023, 24th of June 2023, the Republic of Sierra Leone, make sure from the 3rd of September to the 4th of October that you are registered, that your name dey inside. They make sure say when they write your name, make sure say your name spell according to your document where you they use where eligible way you for vote. Please check your name. Sometimes they can misspell people, they name them. Bad one. I have seen it. I have experienced it. I know people who've experienced it. When then they go name them spell and way not to you, your mama, your papa spell and for you even born. So be vigilant about it. But above all, make sure that you register. Please not say this enough. Make sure you register. Please. September 3rd to October 4th, those are the official dates for now. I am sure there will be tensions in this date as time goes on. But now, then at the official dates, they make sure say we keep them.
And Sister Matilda, sorry for the interruption though. And I want to use you platform for appeal to Parliament, because Parliament then gets the authority, now the responsibility for even ask NEC this question where would they ask so, saying if more people register we exceed the number where the midterm census stipulate. Wetin NEC go do? Because this by itself go discourage somebody you they appeal rightfully for let people register for vote. But if somebody knows say they're not content by the census and believe say in votes not going to be counted, that person the tendency they say it go discourage. So at this point, now Parliament responsibility for ask them questions here, let NEC able explain and let it even start for do sensitization to the public and say, okay, still register for vote because you vote will still matter. Then go still count your vote. So the need for give people in that assurance day and do them through sensitization, education. But otherwise, if then just make this thing they in a limbo, it will cause issue. And let we minimize that's when you talk about preemptive. Yeah, the need for be proactive. Let them not be reactive and say wait don't happen and then try for see how for resolve the issue. It will be more difficult. I go end there and thank you.
Thank you very much, very much. So, as we dey talk about freedom of speech, freedom of expression, you vote na your right, you vote na your own. I wan show something, and this thing here so wey I wan show na a video where a unit of the police or the not the armed forces but the police, the security guards, either these them boss when they give them pep talk, but we they can see how when institutions don't know their roles and responsibilities, when people within institutions do not work under ethics and codes, when there are no checks and balances for ensure say these are the professional ethics and codes under which you work, what happens? And how people within those institutions can forget why they are there, for whom they are. Make we listen to this video.
Sierra Leone.
In 1991, we won't break out and this country, we not in school from because of the natural war. For both developed nation, not so. We are there. Some people they die. Let them so rest in peace. Not so. We don't tell people we are killed. Not so. Yes. Others we are affected. Not so. Yes. So my sisters, brothers and sisters, this morning, my message to you is this: be content. Be passionate, be professional, That's all. Maintain your integrity. Hello? Am I speaking? Maintain it. I repeat. And I dey give una the zeal. You're not afraid threat. Yeah? Sir. I'm not afraid, no threat, yeah? Sir. Because I dey serve the government of the day and the people of this country, I'm not afraid, no threat. Yeah? Sir. I may put people that they they be there for them. So when they go there, catch us. No, so? Yeah. Booyah. We don't get another new handsome Inspector General of Police, not so? Sir. We all want them now, one way or the other. Now brother, they not so? Sir. Now brother, now uncle, now everything, not so? Sir. Himself, he don't come. This is like a race. For helper, not so? Sir. For supporter, it succeeds. And when it succeed, not to we don't succeed. Yes, sir. When it succeed, not to that one don't succeed. Yes, sir. When it succeed, not to police don't succeed. Yes, sir. And that's always how you tell man. When you serve somebody, fine, you will get blessing, yeah? Yes, sir. Alright. We are here about the 8th Monday next week. What na motor to load now? I like on Luna. Ladies and gentlemen, I put my case across. What we get for do? Una answer.
Could they prepare for them? Could they prepare for them?
How they prepare for them?
They on the alert, maximum standby.
We for them on the maximum standby. I mean them tower. I don't above it. I'm the only tower in the SLP. So everything where they can me they pattern. Me they prepare before time. And so me they. Because the training, this clear again. I don't want let somebody take me on a way. No, so?
No, so.
Delta of Samu.
Sir.
Delta of Samu.
Sir.
They will take you on a way?
No, sir.
That is the preparation of not time. We are going to apply our NSP from today. Anywhere we say day, you be Delta Samu, Delta Joe, Delta Graftino, Delta PTSO, Delta. All are working. That person don't feel safe because there was a problem. What it bring about the ISU and ISU2, they bring about the SSU because of imagine. Some people they say me na Cuba trade, some men they say na Guinea trade, some men they say na British trade, some men they say na Canada. So all probably they fight for your own power. So they say no, all the power the ISU1 or ISU2 don't make excellence, you know so. So all them the other they go jealous now because of this thing. Now the government come back to say what they have for them make a panic. Oh. But the ST they also, but the GST they also. Now one figure no more later they move also. The S, the I and the I they change, it come to S. The S don't change, you don't come to O. Then the O set they change, they come to D, Delta and also. They more powerful also. If you are happy, let me see a very thunderclap. You see how we are very, very important? You people are very important. Because you are a support. When you are important, you dey give support. You understand? Yes, sir. You dey waka, go jam. No so? Yeah. I may call the waka na street and so the waka. It's about the block. Now make una dey follow who una come. The one that follow say the block, no so? Yeah. When una don dress fine, so una dey waka na street. When they dress fine, when they waka na street. Then they are the children are bound. The one where you see this one.
So, me people, then this is a prime example. I don't know what it means. The crowing of the fowl, or the words of the commander, because obviously is of a higher rank in the OSD unit. You know where they talk about gujang and gajang. Not sure of what he means by that, but in his own words, he said, "Is there here to serve the president of?" Big mistake. Big mistake. He said, "We are here to serve the president and the people of Sierra Leone." No, you are only here to serve one thing, one people, and that's the people of Sierra Leone. You're not here to serve the president of the day. No, sir. I am sorry that you say you don't training where you go on a high caliber training. But in that high caliber training day, I sure say during you ethics and code of conduct and everything, I sure say then tell you say you are here to serve the nation and you are not here to serve an individual. And you know, what was even surprising is that the way they make fun of the whole thing. They say, Asunayeri, a caller, I think a couple of shows back or last week, will say there's a planned demonstration in Freetown on the 8th and on the 9th. And here you have this man saying, we go ready for them, we they wait for them. What is that supposed to mean? We they ready for them, we they wait for them. I hope you all know that demonstration, assembly, protest is enshrined in our constitution and also within the international human rights, where we are a signatory to and ratifier of, that people then get the freedom to assemble, people get the freedom to demonstrate, people then get the freedom to protest. So, sir, whilst you and your boys them they prepare for guja guja and gaja gaja, let it be known that your only and sole responsibility is to protect and properties, protecting the lives of Sierra Leoneans, protecting their properties, make sure that they are safe. Even within an atmosphere of demonstration and protest, you are to ensure that they are safe. I want to remind you now again of waiting the UN Human Rights Commission say, where it reminds Sierra Leone few weeks back where them be arrest them woman them and throw them in a cell. It reminds Sierra Leone of the fact that hashtag Sierra Leone, I remind the government of its obligation to guarantee the right to peaceful assembly, whether planned or spontaneous, and regardless of the organizer's registration status. Authorities should facilitate peaceful hashtag assembly. So, sir, while una de gujang gujang and gajang gajang, I remind you of these words. Aleph so. Now, on another note, last week una know say I've been talk small, but that chicken and sausage dinner. That so-called chicken and sausage container. You know, I talk and small. I say for many reasons known to self and for knowing how things operate in the wider sphere and for knowing how things operate, particularly in a salon. Sometimes I don't know it all, but I know a little bit. I say this na story we go dey talk. We go come back to them. As that reason, I no go spend much time. I go just give una a summary. And na the same thing that they can do back today. Because it is not yet time for me to go into the in-totals of the business. Because there is still more to come. Last week, I promised you all that una stay tuned. That very soon, una go know the Usai end up. I tell una for say there was a reason why the sweeper was dismissed. I tell una for say there was a reason why the sweeper got pullumed. I tell una for there was a reason why the banger got banged. Well, on the 27th of July, surprisingly, Guinean authorities, the Guinean naval, they seize one vessel, one boat. Inside that boat, the boat bin get Salone flag. I go just give una small inside no more. You know what? Before I give una small inside, una listen to the news. Sorry for the one that we don't understand French, but no listen to this news here. So I think say it is important for because there are many Sierra Leoneans who frequented Guinea and who by some large extent or the others can understand a bit of French. So I think they should listen to the news.
C'est une quantité importante de cocaïne saisie la semaine dernière. Elle est une opération menée par la brigade des unités flottantes de l'armée de mer. Les auteurs, au nombre de 6 personnes, dont 5 Salone et un Guinéen, sont mis aux arrêts à la direction centrale des investigations judiciaires de la gendarmerie nationale.
Nous avons attendu le moment favorable pour les intercepter et les dérouter sur Conakry. Pour les infractions suivantes, ils ont violé notre espace maritime pendant que nous sommes en repos biologique. Lorsque nous les avons déroutés sur Conakry, nous avons appelé les services compétents pour fouiller et constat. À l'issue, on a fait une mise à disposition aux organes compétents.
Informé de cette prise importante, le ministre délégué à la présidence chargé de la défense nationale et son homologue de la justice, garde des Sceaux, se sont rendus successivement à l'état-major de l'armée de mer et au haut commandement de la gendarmerie nationale, direction de la justice militaire, pour encourager les hommes.
Le travail de l'armée, c'est surveiller l'espace maritime guinéen, assurer l'intégrité du territoire maritime guinéen et en cas d'infraction, c'est constaté par la gendarmerie maritime et ramené sur le continent, déféré à la justice qui est chargée de voir l'opportunité de poursuite. Alors, je suis venu pour féliciter l'état-major de l'armée de mer pour le travail accompli. Le président de la transition a mis à la disposition de l'armée de mer tous les équipements nécessaires afin d'assurer l'intégrité territoriale guinéenne.
Nous sommes là en tant que département qui est chargé de la mise en œuvre de la politique pénale du gouvernement par rapport à cette question de trafic international de la drogue. C'est le lieu de remercier Monsieur le Président de la transition, colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, président de la République chef suprême des armées, qui a vite compris la nécessité de combattre ce fléau.
Okay, so that chicken container, Nabino say the journalist that broke the story said he suspected drugs. Again, I will continue for tell this journalist thank you, because we need people that like them one and they inside the society. And 5 days, remember, 5 days after the container don't sit down under sun. The Pullum, no afraid God. He can't tell we say now then one for seek permission for go check the container. Now in that way you want then take that container, the so-called container, then go carry and go na Kinton barracks. Next thing we know, Wagawere, then say then they open for the public for see. Then say when you look at na chicken, frozen chicken, and sausage. Now in the inside that container there. Nothing else not inside the container. Just frozen chicken and sausage with some miscellaneous. But nothing like drugs. Remember they said them bring the bombs. Remember that video I played last week? They said they even bring the bomb specialists then. People who were trained to investigate the content, the package. Make I use military word, the package. The package. So the container, what I say the package, I mean the container. Inside military terms, so they call it, not they call the actual thing, they say the package. And then suddenly, after these people have told us, after them people they so they don't bold face tell we say a chicken. Remember they say a chicken I mean in that container there. On the 27th, on Wednesday, the 27th of July, the Ghanaian Navy, I'm going to say this, the Ghanaian Navy got a tip-off to secure their waters. They were already securing their waters. Like you heard the general say, the Minister of Internal Security said that they are on a eco-biological exercise with their waters. Okay? For them one they will know they understand French. Now give me a few seconds, make I broke this down for you. The Minister of Internal Affairs, the Guinean Minister of Internal Affairs say, and the Minister of the Maritime say, already the nation of Guinea they were already on a bioecological exercise that included their waters. So them be already don't get very, very high vigilance that the water. Where they can't get this tip off, say, hey, there could have been a possible drug bust in Sierra Leone, but somehow the drugs disappeared. And now the said package that allegedly contained the package, they are now saying that the package is edible goods. But remember the question they were asking last week. I say, if it was frozen chicken, if there were frozen chicken in there, with the temperature in Sierra Leone, with the cargo containing the package not being conditioned or built for such packaging, it means that the package should have defrosted. Women say water for don dey leak comot na the container, because the container containing the package was not built for the alleged package that they were claiming was in the container. Yeah. So on the 27th of July, the Guinean Marines Authority, under the supervision of the colonel where the minister when they take care of the Maritimes, when they get this tip off, the president, Mamadi Doumbouya, immediately said the Coast Guard must be on high alert. And the report waiting and report to. He said in they make every possible tool and equipment necessary to the Coast Guard for ensure say their waters are safe and that there is no international criminalities going on within their airspace or water. Now that make you see waiting them pull the helicopter them. Not the ship no more, the naval ship no more than left na the water. Then pull helicopter for the surveillance the airspace. For make them watching a ground, make them watch the sea for make sure say nobody no misuse the water or airspace. Now in then see this naval boat we hold Salone flag. When they see this naval boat we hold Salone flag, they deemed it suspicious. So they approach the boat. When they approach the boat, they ask that the boat be searched. They not take no for an answer. They say they want to see the package containing. When they search, now then discover inside that naval, where remember I said the naval ship had Sierra Leone flag. So normally, because Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone and whatnot, and they inside the Mano River, naturally, maybe you go say, oh, because you know they are Mano River colleagues, Sierra Leone flag, so maybe free waters, you know, interborder relations, bilateral relations, blah blah blah. No. The guy was like, listen, I came to clean house, and no one is going to tarnish my image. So therefore, so far, Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya has lived up to his reputation. His reputation in the fact that he's a no-nonsense man. His reputation in the fact that when you sleep, they slap you, they correct you, they wake you up, especially when you sleep, temo enough for sleep, they wake you up. So if he lives up to his expectation in this particular incident, for this particular incident, my people, heads will roll at the end of this. It is my understanding that by the end of, if they not don't even announce some names, then this even inside Guinea Conakry, definitely by early next week, based on the intensity of the investigation, some names then will begin come out now. And be not surprised if some of them names then they include some of who allege them inside our country. So the surprise of the Naval Command and the communications, military naval communications journalist, because he was the reporter, they found 2,318 platelets. 2,318 platelets, or in other words, 2,605.1 kilograms of cocaine. 9 them fed. Or if una want make a put them in another way for una, it is roughly 3 tons of cocaine. 9 them fed na that naval ship dey. With a naval boat with a Sierra Leone flag involving 5 Sierra Leoneans and 1 Guinean. The Guinean, I think, say Naina been the, the broker, where you can get some kind, where you do some kind deal then at some country, or you try for waiting and call, you always need one insider. So that Guinean day, Naina be the insider where they try for friend road with them and pass. The 5 Sierra Leoneans then wait and catch, because I want the Guinean authority to do their job, to finish their investigation. When they officially make their own official statement, because remember I say I am paying attention to Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya. If he lives up to the person that I have come to know, that I've come to observe, if he live up to that persona day, it means say he will do right by his people, he will do right by his nation. There will be no sacred cows, friendship no depend this. It is a matter of principle. It is a matter of him safeguarding his country. It is a matter of him not getting into international brouhaha. It is a matter of him keeping his country and countrymen safe from the like what in the SFSF say, from the unacceptable manifestation of drug corruption. His last word, the minister's last word, that this is unacceptable, and the president is on it, and the president, the current ruling president, remember it's a military guy that is operating there right now, that he is not leaving any stone unturned. So if he demonstrates what he don't demonstrate with young people, then, with cabinet past and cabinet present, with people in authority where give position, we feel to say, because he give them position, now they can take over, take advantage, misuse, and abuse. Una see where he sack that guy, that prefet, that gendarmerie, waiting at gendarmerie self, that military guy, we go to that school, where that bobo in the right exam, where he go bab the bobo and head say the bobo get IPAB. He sack, I dismiss him from the army with immediate effect. So, and other thing that we don't do. So if he live up to Dandy, it means that next week, heads will roll in Sierra Leone. I'm not about to call names, not because I don't have a little bit of an inkling of some of the names already. But in this state and affair, when people are doing their job, you have to leave them the freedom for make the job. And when they don't do the job done, make them can't tell we. So if what we now know does not add up to what is coming out, then Colonel Mamadi, I have a bone to pick with you. But if what we know lives up to what is about to come, then you have done your people a great service. And that is what patriotism is all about. So me people them, I go left una with this for today. We don't talk boku, we don't go, we don't come. But there is one thing I can say to you for sure. The story of the 3 tons of cocaine is still unfolding. The story of the 3 tons of cocaine is not yet over. We are on it. Heads will roll. You better trust. Before I go, we may do a poll while the show the gun. And the poll asked the question, say, does President Bio deserve 100k pounds for vacation spending? According to the response system where we get now, so 5 people then say yes. And to them 5 and they will say yes. I hope say una dey sleep well na net. I hope say anything una want na this world, make una no ever make anybody for una generation no one day say achu. Oh, sorry. So one person, 5%. I've just been corrected by our production team. Say one person. Now then say yes. Say yes, he deserve in this present time, he deserve 100k pounds as spending money. On the other hand, we get 90 people them, so 95%. We get 20 people them, sorry, 95%, we say absolutely not. Listen, there is a time to rejoice. There is to be happy. There is a time to be merry. But there is a time for compassion. May compassion be our guide. The compassion for ourselves and the compassion for others lead us to truth. May compassion always be before us when we think. May compassion lead our decision. Compassion lead us to the right path. No, thank you. May God bless we all. And as usual, may God bless Mama Salone.